If I finish early, before the reporter gets here, I can do a couple other things. I can lay down my slate, and the first thing I'll do to lay down the slate, go over to the generator drop-down menu here, which is this little thing that looks like an A. Go down to text, and then again to the second thing that's called text. We have these different options in text, but just plain text is all we want. Now you'll open this up and you'll notice you can't do anything to edit this text. It's because you have to go up to the tab at the top that says Controls, and then you can highlight your text and call it something new, what we want to call it. You could guess 11/12/2207. 11/12/2207, just like our project name. And then you hit return, and I'll put in the slug too. So the whole point of this slate is so the director can tell that this is the right video. And the director hasn't memorized all the numbers, so it's good to give that visual cue, teacher stress. Now, I don't want 10 seconds, and that's the default here, 10 seconds. 10 seconds of this would drive the directors crazy because they would have to roll it 10 seconds before they're ready for it. That means they would have to back time, and it's hard to back time like that. So we are going to make this really short, only 2 frames. So I'll click up in this window here, see where I made that blue. Again, as soon as it turns blue, I'm ready to type. I don't need to go back and delete all those numbers or anything like that, or do any bunch of backspacing or anything. I just make the numbers blue, type in the number 2. I don't have to add anything else, just 2, and hit enter. Now you can see it's 00000002. That means 2 frames. Very, very short, just enough so that as soon as the director says roll it, we hit our video. Okay, so I do that, and now I can overwrite this, lay it down into my timeline. I'm not going to drag it or slide it or do anything else. I'm going to use the keyboard shortcuts. I always want you to use the keyboard shortcuts. The keyboard shortcut for this is F10. So hit F10, and boom, it's down there. You can see now, just barely see, that there's a little tiny 2-frame slate. Hardly shows up at all. Okay, the next thing we need on here is pad. And pad is the time after the director says roll it, and the time in between the time that he says roll it and the time that he says take it, and the TD actually hits the take button, and we see it pop up on the screen. What I need to do now, I'm going to hit on the numeric pad over on the right side. I'm going to hit the plus sign. I don't have to click anywhere. I'm just down in the timeline. You can see it's also important to see if I go up to the browser window, if I click in there, see how the top bar turns kind of light gray instead of dark gray. Click in the viewer. That means that window is active. I need to have this window active, but I don't need to move this anywhere or do anything else. I'm going to hit the arrow up button to go backwards, and it takes me right to the frame I want to go to. Okay, so I'm just going to hit plus 4, 5, enter, and it takes my playhead 45 frames forward. That's how long my pad should be. It should be 45 frames. So I'm going to mark an endpoint there, and then when my reporter gets back with a script, I am ready to edit.